Hello, Ironbound Jim, and welcome to Tai Chi and Qigong with me. I'm Stan Rockwell. I want to start off by getting our posture, our balance, and our breathing all set up. So, what we focus on are the principles. Don't worry about getting anything exactly right. There is no perfect way you adjust it to your body. Your feet are about shoulder width apart, as parallel as you can get them. You start to sink down into your feet so that you start to be evenly balanced, left, right, front, back, to the sides. So you're not leaning in any direction. You're just settled right down in the middle. If you want, you can use... So, just settle down into it. Left and right, front, back, corners, so that you're just sinking down into it, being very relaxed into it. If you want, you can use the acupressure points in the center of each forefoot, the bubbling wells that really kind of connect you energetically to the earth. You can root down into the earth, visualizing roots coming from the ball of the foot at the base of the big toe, ball of the foot at the base of the little toe in the center of the heel. Just getting it very securely fastened and grounded to the earth. If that causes your feet to bow in and your knees to do that, just lift your arches up till your knees and toes are pointed in the same direction. And everything we do, knees and toes are going to be pointed in the same direction. Once you're firmly connected to the earth, you connect yourself upwards to the heavens. You have another acupressure point, the Ba Way. It's at the crown of your head, the crown chakra in yoga. Just visualize an energetic connection or a line attached there, pulling you straight up, making you taller, stretching you upwards, stacking your vertebrae on top of each other. Starting to make adjustments to your body. Your tailbone drops a little bit, your hips move back a little bit, tops of your hips are parallel to the floor. Flattens out your stomach and your lower back. If that doesn't feel comfortable, just relax into whatever feels best for you. Tops of your shoulders are parallel to the floor. They just sink down a center line. The back of your head is lifted up. Your chin tucks in a little bit, and it might move your head back just a bit so that your head is nice and balanced on your shoulders. So if you were to drop a line from that crown down through the middle of your body, through the perineum, it should hit the floor right in the middle of your foundation. So you're equally balanced in all directions in a central neutral position. And once you're in that central neutral position, just focus on your breath. Typically you breathe in and out through your nose. It starts to filter the air with the hairs in your nose, and the moisture in your sinus cavities adds a little humidity to the breath and a little heat before it gets down into your throat and lungs. You touch the tip of your tongue to the roof of your mouth behind your front teeth, wherever your tongue touches when you say the letter N. And on the exhale, you can breathe out to your mouth, release the tongue, and just sigh. With that sound, you let whatever tension is inside, whatever tightness is inside, just flow out and away from you. And it just dissipates in the air and leaves you alone. Your breathing is an abdominal breath, so when you inhale, you pull the diaphragm down and you feel an expansion all the way around. On the exhale, pull the pelvic floor up to move as much air out as you can. There is a 70% rule, and the 70% rule applies to breathing as well. You make the exhale last just a couple of seconds longer than the inhale to get that relaxation response breath going. If you feel any tightness anywhere in your body, just breathe into it and let it soften. You can do a body scan from the top of your head, around your eyes, your ears, your nose, your mouth. If there's any tightness anywhere, just let it soften. And if you're looking for a way to help bring yourself into a more relaxed frame of mind, there's two quick things you can do. First is abdominal breathing, and practice that. The second is just relax all the muscles in your face. We express our emotions with those muscles, and we sort of give cues to other people, whether conscious or not, as to how we're doing through that facial expression. It connects with your vagus nervous system, the part of it that's in the front, for kind of mutual emotional regulation. That's why sometimes when somebody panics, everybody panics, but when someone starts to calm down, they're able to maintain that, others can start to calm down as well. So release any tension in your neck, your shoulders, down your arms, your wrists, your hands, your fingers. Just breathe into it, any tightness, and let it soften. Your chest, your stomach, your back, and your hips, your legs, your ankles, your feet, toes, any tightness anywhere, just let it soften and relax. We'll start just shifting weight one side to the other. And you can use this as a visualization for pouring that warm, salty water from one side to the other. The water comes up, clean energy from the earth into that bubbling well. It comes up all the way and then down at the other side through that other bubbling well, and that gray stagnant energy and water just goes out into the earth. And then you bring clean up and you cleanse the other side. Just visualize the water going from one side to the other. And then you just start to rotate, swinging your arms from one side to the other with a Tai Chi swing. As you shift your weight into one leg, the heel of the empty foot just gently comes up off the ground. And then we're going to do Tai Chi drumming, which is basically tapping acupressure points. When you're just doing the swing, a couple things you can do. Visualize yourself in a place where you feel very safe, calm, and secure. And your wrist or your forehand is just gently tapping right inside the hip and the back on the buttock. There's an acupressure point there as well. Arms are just very relaxed and loose. And then arm comes up and fingertips tap just inside the shoulder. The base of the rib cage. Inguinal crease, the Kwa in Tai Chi language or Qigong language, is just inside your hip. Lower dantian, just 2 or 3 finger widths below your belly button, depending on what teacher you have at the time. I've heard it described both ways. And then back to the swing. Just come back to center. Let's loosen up the lower back a little bit. It's like you're holding a really big balance ball. Upper hand's keeping your head relatively still. Lower hand's moving your hip out. Just take it easy on your hips. Back to shifting your weight from one side to the other. And when you get all your weight in one foot, the other foot just floats up. No effort at all. You're nice and relaxed into that substantial leg. You're centered over that because right now that's your foundation. Come back, shift your weight to the other side. If you need to keep your forefoot on the floor, that's okay. If you need to bring your foot in a little bit for balance, that's okay too. Or if you need to put your hand on a wall or on a chair, whatever works for you. Shift your weight over. This time your knee floats up. One thing that can help with balance sometimes is you bring that leg in towards the center and tuck your toe in just a bit. Otherwise, you just have it out like you're about to step onto a stair. Same thing other side. Shift your weight over. This time your heel comes up. Shift your weight over, heel comes up. And you kind of loosen up your legs and then you just hold it. Other side. And if you have some room, we'll take a walk. If you don't, you can just do it in place. But again, feet are shoulder width apart. You shift your weight into one foot. Empty foot releases. It goes straight up even where the toes were, so it's like you're walking on railroad tracks. This foot firmly connects before this foot releases. Shift your weight up. So your center is going zigzag from one foundation to the other, because remember, when all your weight's in one foot, that's your foundation. It's an inhale and an exhale. I'm just going to reverse and go back. If you just want to turn around and walk straight back, that's okay. Young style Tai Chi walking, shift your weight into one side, adjust the other foot to 45 degrees, shift your weight into that foot. Toe comes over for a T-step, comes up, toe straight ahead. Again, like you're walking on railroad tracks, knees and toes are lined up, knees are behind your toes. Forward bow stance, shift your weight back. Then just shift your weight back, so now you're in a reverse bow stance. Front foot comes in, touches, it steps out and back. Comes down to 45 degrees, front foot rotates on the heel, so toes are straight ahead. And I was taught in a traditional way, that's how you do it. So it's almost more important is to step out when you step back. Since the 1950s, when the Chinese government brought Tai Chi people together and developed the Beijing style, which is based on Yang style, but this is how you step back. It's almost a straight step back, so when you come down, your heels are almost lined up so you don't have that lateral stability, but to make up for that, you rotate on the forefoot. If you have issues with your hips, that might actually be a little easier for you, so you do whichever one feels best for you at this moment. Just come back up. We're going to do walking side to side. And let's get the hands going with Yang style, wave hands like clouds, because we do that in 8 form. You're shifting your weight from one side to the other, so your body's turning from one corner to the other. And when I get all my weight in this foot, I'll bring the other empty foot in for a little bit of a T-step, step out about a foot's worth width from where it started. I'll bring those palm out, drops down like it's going to hit a drum. And let's go back. Let's finish that off with Golden Rooster stands on left or right leg. My right, your left if you're mirroring. A little bit more balance. Other side, because we do these in the 8 form. And then a kick. And a kick. Come back down. Just have your feet shoulder width apart already. Arms come up. Down. Shift your weight. You can do it either side. It doesn't really matter. Part the wild horse's mane. White crane spreads wings. And then brush knee push. Something called playing the lute, so there's that little half step. You kind of push off to the side, and your toe is going to be up. Comes down on your heel. It's kind of an arm lock. If you have your left hand up, it's play the lute. If you have your right hand up, you're lifting hands. Left hand goes up, right hand back. And we repulse monkey. We're going to do that backwards walking we were doing a few minutes ago, and the arms that we do in the 8 form that we've been practicing for a few weeks now. Come in for grasp the bird's tail, step up into ward off. Roll back. Press. Push. Just get centered again, then we'll do same thing on the other side. Ward off. Roll back. Press. Push. Bring your foot up. Drop your hands down. Right hand goes underneath left or cross hands. And then you bring your left foot in. So we just practice plus a couple of extra that when we start playing with 9 form, it'll be in those and you'll be ahead of the game. So I'm going to turn around. So you just got to see the hands. And this time, so I can keep my left and my right straight. That central, neutral position. Just shift your weight right. Step left, toe touches. When the heel touches, the arms rotate back. Palms float up with the fingertips trailing. They come down with the fingertips trailing to just not, but even with that lower dantian, middle dantian between the two. Then you do a repulse monkey once, twice with just the arms. Shift your weight left, come up, T-step, brush knee push to the left. To the right. Part the wild horse's mane. Remember, it's a grab, a trip, a strike. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Just that left foot so the toes are straight ahead. Right hand takes in the right foot, and we begin wave hands like clouds, and we'll just do a couple. 1, 2, and we'll come back. 1, 2, bring that left foot in at 45 degrees so we can do Golden Rooster stands on left leg. Golden Rooster stands on right leg. Kick right heel. Left hand sweeps under. Kick left heel. Left foot comes down parallel with the right. Come over into grasp the bird's tail to the right. Ward off. Roll back. Press. And push. Shift your weight back so you can do that 180 degree turn. Ward off. Roll back. Press. Push. Weight goes back so you can adjust the left foot so the toes are straight ahead. Right foot toes towards the corner. Hands are out. Arms sweep down. Right hand's going to go underneath the left for cross hands. Bring your right foot back so it's parallel. Hands come up so your palms are facing towards those acupressure points in your shoulders that we were drumming earlier. Palms turn down and they cross out. As they come down, when they get to your thighs, your left foot comes in. And if you want at the end, you can also acknowledge and come back. Let's do it one more time. And begin. Repulse the monkey. Once, twice, brush knee push to the left, brush knee push to the right, part the wild horse's mane to the left, to the right. Wave hands like clouds. 1, 2, and come back. 1, 2, golden rooster left leg. Golden rooster right leg. Kick right heel. Kick left heel. Grasp the bird's tail right side, ward off, roll back, press, push, golden rooster left, did that spin a little off, press, push. Cross hands and closing. 5th class I've done today. My legs are a little tired. Okay. More time. We may move on to other Qigong movements next time. Get yourself nice and centered. First one holding up the heavens, so press up, arc, arc. It's also quite a bit more humid out here than I thought it was when I came out. So we do 5 elements, it'll be really heavy on the water part. And we're going to, draw the arrow, shoot the bow next. So remember, you kind of go back. And the wise owl looking behind. Remember, you can just turn your head. If you turn your head, your shoulders, your hips, you cut your eyes and look behind you, but you also make sure you bend your knees. Second part, hands in the front. Hands over your kidneys so your thumbs are kind of resting on top of your hips. Back to the center, and then pushing heaven and earth, holding the ball. Lower hand rotates out, presses up, upper hand presses down. It's an inhale to the center and an exhale out. Then the bear shakes his tail. Hips go back, hands on top of your thighs. You press up one direction, other direction. Circles one way. And then the other way. Back to the center. Touching your toes, hands come up. And you just relax into it. If you have any kind of issues, you visualize it, but you do move your hips back so you keep your head over your foundation. You have some bend in your knees. And then hands again, the top of right behind your hips, and is massaging down the backs of your legs towards your heels. Again, making sure you keep your head over your foundation, so you don't want to put any pressure on your lower back. Body mechanics and alignment is a big part of this. Punching with a stern gaze. So you punch to the side, give it a stern gaze, visualize stagnant chi coming out, open your hand, curl your fingers, pull back in. And it's an exhale and an inhale. And then that variation on it called Find Your Distance Star, where you still give the stern gaze, but it's sort of an open hand to the corner, looking between your index finger and your thumb, or the mouth of the tiger, as it's called in Chinese. Mosquito buzzing my ear there. You can just go up on your toes and drop down. And hands in the front. Hands in the back over the kidneys. Balance it all out. Tried doing videos outside a couple of days ago, and for some reason the computer, which has done fine up till now, didn't record a single one of them, and didn't know it until I got inside to edit them. So hopefully today worked better, but the mosquitoes aren't quite as bad as they were a couple of days ago. The other version of shaking your chi, if you want to get rid of those guys that are buzzing all around you, is this version of shake your chi. Just come back to the center and relax. Bring your feet a little bit further apart. We mentioned 5 elements earlier, so let's do it. This is the earth position, and it's basically a standing meditation. You focus on your breathing. So it's an inhale and an exhale and an inhale and an exhale. We'll do one more. Earth gives rise to metal, which is open and close. Inhale and exhale. Back to earth. Metal gives rise to water, which flows down. So stay in your comfort zone. Your hips go back. Your head stays over your foundation. You exhale as you lower down. Inhale when you come back. Up. Back to earth. Water gives rise to wood. Rotate your hands so your fingers are pointed forwards and you make that big circle. Wood gives rise to fire. You rotate so your left hand lines up with your left hip. So you move only from the hips up. Right hand comes over top like a bellows, and it's an open and close. Inhale and exhale. Rotate to the other side. Same thing. Back to earth, and fire gives rise to earth, and the cycle starts all over again if you want to do that. But we'll finish it off by first a massage down the back and the front. Bring your arms around in front for a circle like you're holding a tree in a standing stake or standing pole meditation. Shoulders nice and relaxed. And just breathe at your own pace. We'll do roughly 5 breaths. We'll just balance it all out 3 times. Thanks for joining me. Stay safe, healthy, and well. Keep practicing the 8 form, and the young style we've been doing facing the camera so you could see the hands is basically 9 form. So you, in the last couple of weeks, learned 2 beginner yang styles. I'm going to try to remember, we'll do the yang style like it typically is done, which would be you start this way, you come out, hands come up, down, and then you go to your left instead of straight ahead. It's just easier to see the hands when you do it forward and back, and nobody's judging you on this, so you can do it whichever direction you want, honestly. So, take care of yourselves. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.